I don't think Honda's dumb enough to be like, oh, we think this super hard plus R mode is the fastest way to get around the track. Wow. So people say that the Civic Type R is kind of like a poor man's GT3, that it gives you all the fizz, is what they say. It has motorsports heritage. That's high praise. That's comparison to purpose-built, track-ready, weekend sports cars. Well, I owned one, I dailied it, and I did everything you want to do in a car like this, which I'm going to show you in a second. And now I drive two cars, a daily and a weekender, which is my Miata. So today we're going to find out, is that really true? Is the hype true? What they say, is this really a poor man's GT3? So when I owned this, I did everything in it. I autocrossed in the rain. I went to the top of a mountain in Taos, and I even did a track day on Coda. So, is this the world's best daily? I mean, yeah, obviously it is. And if I wanted to, I could sell both of my cars and buy this car easily, and probably have some money left over even. But that is not the question of today's video, because that question's been answered. The question of today's video is this good enough to be your weekender car? And I think a weekender car or an event car, stay there, buddy, comes down to three things. One is, does it feel unique, special, set apart from a normal car? If you're gonna have just an event car for the weekends, it's gotta feel special. It's gotta not feel like a normal car. And this is a tough task for a car that starts out life as a Civic. So let's evaluate if the Civic does in fact feel special when you get behind the wheel. And I mean, come on, just look around. Look at these seats. You got the Type R logo, the heritage, the history of the Type R nameplate from Honda. You got the red badging, the red stitching, the gear shift lever. Everything about this car says purposeful and set apart, unique. So even though it's a Civic, this absolutely, in my opinion, passes that test. And if you like this type of content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. As a small growing channel, it really makes a big difference. This needs an exhaust, but I can hear the turbo blow off, and that is a real fun. The turbo character of this car is awesome. And people talk bad about plus R mode because it's like so bouncy and bumpy and stuff, but movement is fun. Movement is emotional. And I think that's why Honda did it. I don't think Honda's dumb enough to be like, oh, we think this super hard plus R mode is the fastest way to get around the track. I think they know. They know that it's maybe a little bit overdamped. It's too stiff. I think they know. I think they put it there for the emotional aspect of it and for the engagement factor of it. Now, the second factor is, how fun is it to drive when you're not getting on it at low speeds, when you're not even flooring it? Because coming from a Miata, every time I get in that car, I put the top down, I've got the wind in my hair, the car's talking to me, even at low speeds. And that's what makes a super fun weekender car. Oh yeah. This thing gives you so much confidence. Well, that wasn't low speeds. That was shipping it a little bit, but the point stands. How fun is it at low speeds? This is where I'd say we get into a few question marks, because it still ultimately has to be a daily driver, right? For me, I'm a busy guy. So there's times in my Miata where I don't get to drive it for a week or 2 weeks even. And the only time I get to drive it is like a 5-minute trip to the grocery store. And guess what? with the top down, that's still a good time. That's still like a blast. And I do question a little bit about the Type R, if that would be the case. You know, like if I don't drive it for a week, all I can do is get in it and go get groceries. Is that going to be as exciting and as fun as the Miata is? It's a really tough question, honestly. I'm really kind of split and torn a little bit, and that's kind of the purpose of this test driving, getting back into this car, is driving it around normally and seeing how much I feel the engagement is at really low speeds. The third point is, do you actually crave this driving experience? Because I think with a weekend car or an event car, whatever you want to call it, you're not driving it all the time, so you wanna, if you can't drive it for a week, do you miss it? Do you crave it? Do you like, man, I can't wait till the next time I can get back in that car? And let's put this, I can't believe I'm gonna do this, but let's put it into plus R mode. Oh yeah, look at that, the screen changes, you get all this, oh yeah, the sound increases. Ship it around here. Wow. The front end. Holy moly. Wow. Whew. I've got to adjust my Miata a bit. Because I have forgotten what front end grip like that feels like. Wow. What a beast. What an absolute beast. This thing is for drivers. Holy moly. Let's do one more and then go back so CarMax doesn't get mad at me. Wow, the power is great coming from a Miata. Whew. Making my hat move a little bit. Oh, well, that was a ride. Wow. I mean, obviously, you can push this so much harder, so much faster than at least the way my Miata is set up, which is stock on all season tires. Let's see if we can get the traction. Wow. This thing rips. Out of the box, this thing is crazy fast and crazy capable. Wow. I think I'm truly torn, guys. I think I'm truly torn because I'm going to keep my Miata for a while. I'm excited to autocross with it and, you know, maybe change it up a little bit to dial it in a bit. But this is, I can confidently say, a truly unique driving experience that I think I would miss. I think if I had this in the garage instead of the Miata and I didn't drive it for a week, I think I would be dying to get into it by the weekend. And that surprises me because after all, it's just a Civic, right? But I think the conclusion is it's special. It's got the fizz. The only difference, I think, when you're driving at lower speeds, it does kind of feel like a normal car, which is good for daily driving duties. But the flip side of that is if you're going out for fun drives, sure, some of those fun drives are just going to be grocery trips, and you might be a little bored that, you know, might be a little bit more fun in the Miata, but some of those trips are going to be specific, you know, specific drives to hit curvy roads or go to car shows or hang out with your buddies who have nice cars. And man, it's a tough call. Maybe you'd rather be in this. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And let me know in the comments if what you think of the Type R. Is it a poor man's GT3? Or is it just a souped up Civic? Or something else? But I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.